Good midnight to you.
And it's Terrible Podcast Episode 3 with me, Riot, and this guy, Das Bob.
I didn't hear an intro.
Didn't
I
you?
wasn't prepared. I didn't hear it.
Oh, it
It
was
didn't
just.
happen.
It
I
was
don't
just.
want it.
Just sound effects.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, well, then you can.
I don't think you're recording.
I am. We're recording 36 seconds, and I just turned up the volume. So, what?
You just pumped up the volume.
Yeah. Who doesn't love that movie?
Pump up the volume.
Christian Slater?
I don't like Christian Slater. I don't like him.
No?
I think he's bad. What was that movie he was in?
I think he's bad.
Well, I do think he's bad. But remember he was in what am I thinking of? It's like
Alone in the Dark?
no, remember he was in Broken Arrow?
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
John Travolta movie, right? That
Mhm.
brought John Travolta back. Wasn't there like a movie
Yeah,
afterwards? like
because Pulp Fiction wasn't what brought him back. It was Broken
it's
Arrow.
Broken Arrow.
It was.
Yeah, Broken Arrow.
It's also what brought Howie Long into the mainstream.
No, that was the Howie Long one. Is that that
Firestorm.
firefighting movie one?
Firestorm.
Burt Trees.
Bert Trees. That's his name.
Yeah, that was
Burt
his name.
Trees.
Because he fights forest fires, so you need a forest fire fighting style name, Burt Trees.
I'm still waiting for the crossover of Stone Cold and Firestorm. That's called like Cold Fire or Stone Storm.
Stone Storm.
And fucking the boss is having some battle in a forest and accidentally like sets the forest on fire. So and come down in a helicopter. Howie Long comes to save him, but it gets shot down by the terrorists. So they both have their shirts burnt off, and there's both of them without their shirts riding a motorcycle, holding onto each other while shooting bad guys. I don't care how homoerotic it gets; it needs to happen.
I think the homoeroticism will actually draw more people.
I think so too. Even that it's
Yeah,
like
you just made that
old,
like a
old boss and old.
so
Howie
what?
Long.
You just make that you put that on streaming, that'll sell.
Yeah. No, I'm guarantee you it would.
I'd watch it.
I saw at a little like vintage store down the street the Boz on Boz book, but it was all just about his football career. It was written just before he started to do Stone Cold, so he doesn't talk about it. So I was like,
And
who
I know
gives a
you're not a
fuck?
sports guy, Adam, but ask yourself when you think of his career, why would he have a book about his movie career? Just think of that.
Well, yeah,
That's
but it
not
does.
what he was known for.
No, well, actually, I mean, really,
Why aren't there chapters of
what-
your book on your failed movie career?
what do we really know about his career in football either, though?
Well, we don't know anything because we don't know anything about football.
Because we haven't
But
written the book.
he had a career well enough that he has a book about it, and then he got movies because of it.
But if he's writing the book, like his football
He
career
didn't
was
write
only a
that
couple
book.
of years, so if he wrote that in like his height, where does the book go? He needs to have like the fall. He needs to have the bit where he like realizes he's an over egotistical piece of shit.
Well, I mean,
And-
if he wrote his own book, it's probably only like large print, 50
yeah,
words a page.
but it does have
Anyways,
hologram
this is
sunglasses
past what I
on
was
it.
saying. I'm trying to figure out the fucking Christian Slater movie that I was trying to think of. The one where he's like in there's like water in a thing and there's electricity. Was he his Chain Reaction? Is it that movie?
I
in
think
that
it's
movie?
I think it's a Chain Reaction. Yeah,
Fucking don't like that movie.
I don't remember.
So if
anything
he's in
about
it, that's why I don't like Christians. That's what I was getting at.
Oh, okay.
I
Way to.
think- is Morgan Freeman in that movie too?
That's Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman.
That's Chain Reaction.
Yeah, that's Chain Reaction.
That's why I don't like Christian Slater.
Because he's not in Chain
Because
Reaction.
he's not in Chain Reaction.
And he fucking should have been. I know the one you're thinking of because the cover of it has him on like a jet ski in a building. And it was after a
Is
flood.
it Hard Rain?
Yeah, Hard Rain is it? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Hard Rain, and I think that might also have Morgan Freeman in it though. Yeah,
I was right. But the one with the Chain Reaction is Keanu Reeves. I
yeah.
remember that.
Hard Rain is the one but also with Morgan Freeman, and the cover for it almost looks the same. There's there's a poster that looks just like Chain Reaction.
I see. That's why I mixed them up. It's not that hard to do. Well, white guys look alike.
Yes. All Morgan Freemans look alike too.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman looks exactly like Morgan
Good
Freeman
Freeman,
every day of his life.
Yes, yes, he does. Except for that one day. There's that one day things got weird.
But that's when he does, instead of being filmed, that's when he does voiceovers for documentaries.
Right. Because it's when he actually became a penguin.
I wish he was a penguin.
I think we all wish we were penguins. Because then it would
No,
just be
not all of
entertaining when
us.
we fell over.
Only on slide ice. Anyways, Christian Slater, don't like him.
I have fond memories of us going to the theater and accidentally seeing Alone in the Dark. We had no idea what it was, and we just said, well, we're here. We might as well see it.
I think we knew it was a video game, but I don't think we knew the movie was a video game adaptation.
Yeah, I think we were like, oh, it has a name just like a game,
Yeah,
but it's
'cause
also already a movie
there's a
called
horror
that too.
movie. I was gonna say there's a horror movie called Alone in the Dark, right?
Yeah, and not the one with Christian Slater. There's like a
No, that's Hard Rain.
1981 or something. That's Hard Rain. It's Chubby Rain.
No, that's a movie from that
Bullfinger.
fake movie from Bowfinger.
Yeah. Classic. Eddie Murphy playing his brother.
You know, if you were to take this podcast when we're finally done with it and break down the movies that I bring up randomly and put them into like a letterbox list, it would be the worst movies ever. Not like the bad of the bad, like, you know, Roller Gator crap, but like movies people are like, well, why are you talking about that film? That would be the list that Das Bob says movies exist.
I was opening up a box in the basement of Eyesore that was all old VHS
You
tapes.
son of a bitch.
And I was putting them out just for the sale rack for the hell of it in a box of 50 cents VHS tapes. And the first tape that was on the top of the box was Another Stakeout, the sequel.
Stakeout.
Yeah, to Stakeout, which stars the what's his name from Jaws, and I think Emilio Estevez. But
Richard Dreyfuss?
yeah,
Richard Dreyfuss in that movie?
Richard Dreyfuss and is the older cop. He's teaching the new cop how to do stakeout. But in the third movie, they get a female cop, and it's Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
And it's like, why did this movie? It was that 5 minutes when Rosie O'Donnell was actually like a rising star, so she was appearing in stuff that had no real reason to be in it, but they thought, oh, people want to see her. And
Yeah, but who's in the original Stakeout?
yeah, the original stakeout, I'm pretty sure, is Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez.
And the sequel?
And then yeah, they're back in the sequel, but they get now that Emilio Estevez and Richard Dreyfuss get along, they're no longer the grumpy old cop stuck with the young cop. They need to have a third person to come in to annoy them. So now it's some dame. And it was like,
I hope that's how they said it.
yeah, well, that's how cops talk, right?
Yeah.
But
every cop ever.
looking at it, looks like someone photoshopped a cover of just here's 3 random actors that have no reason to be together and now they're together. It looks like a fake movie. And all I could think of was imagine if you met somebody and you just asked them, so what's your favorite movie ever? And they said, it's Another Stakeout. For like, it would be the one answer out of all answers that would give you no opinion on the person. You couldn't even like hate them for it because there's nothing really negative about it, but you couldn't like it either. You'd be like, there's nothing. You're a void if you've explained that is your favorite movie.
I think if you ask someone their favorite movie and they say Another Stakeout, I believe the official answer is, oh, fuck off.
All right. No, the official answer is no, it's not.
Yeah,
You're wrong.
Don't lie to me. No one's seen that movie.
You are incorrect. That is not your favorite. You got it wrong. And then they say, "What? No blue!" And you launch them over the bridge. And
yeah, that's right. Or you say, "Oh, the one with Queen Latifah," to see if they actually know.
Yeah, yeah, because in my mind, you could just have done Queen Latifah. What's the difference? Like you could tell
Probably
me that's who was in it.
Queen Latifah,
It probably would have been better, but
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
What was that Jimmy Fallon movie she was in?
Taxi.
Taxi. Fuck.
Based off the video game Crazy Cab or Crazy Taxi.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
You could have put Rosie O'Donnell in that movie and it would have been just as shit too.
Yeah, in fact, that's the one where I would accept the swap because it's probably the only Queen Latifah movie I don't at least have some interest in.
It's like bad. Like I don't mind Queen Latifah movies, and I feel like that movie's garbage.
Another Stakeout the remake, not a remake of the first one, just a remake of the sequel, and it stars Steve Martin, Eugene Levy, and
Like at
Queen
their age
Latifah.
now.
Yeah, but their age now. Yeah, right, fine.
Well,
Why
they're
not?
both big now because Steve Martin's in that Only Murders in the Building, and Eugene Levy just finished Schitt's Creek. So
Yeah. I mean,
they're huge.
they've got to make as many films as they can because at any moment those two are going to be dead. Like,
It's true. Well, I mean, why not just take the Only Murders cast? Just make it Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. There you go.
but replace Selena Gomez with Queen Latifah.
But like halfway through the film.
Don't explain it either. Just
No.
same lines, same clothing, same costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did Selena Gomez become so fucking? I'm hang out with trendy old men.
I think just now.
Well, if you saw Dead Don't Die, the Jim Jarmusch
Yeah,
movie with Bill Murray.
Yeah, and Adam Driver.
Yeah, and there's the clip that every like hipster uses where she turns and says to Adam Driver, "I really like your knowledge on film. What's your name?" As if like an attractive girl is one day ever going to say those words to someone she doesn't
Well,
know.
yeah, she's gonna say it to Adam fucking Driver, but
Yeah.
she's gonna say it to my fat white ass.
And she would only say it to Adam Driver if it was Adam Driver, not that
Yeah.
random cop who talks like this in that movie.
Yeah, like the end of that piece of dialogue should be like, "What's your name? Oh, it's Adam Driver. I already know."
Yeah. Oh wait, I know your name. It's Han Swallow.
That's right. Yeah, with his big shirtless muscle scene.
Anyway, so we're talking about movies. This is what we do. We're particularly talking about the stuff that have been sent our way to Terriblefest, which happens in March, and now officially announced on Friday, October 14th at 8 p.m. at Eyesore Cinema, and a limited part online for the non-locals to take part in will be Son of Terriblefest, a little over 2 hours event of short films from around the world.
For babies.
For babies?
Yes,
Son
Son
of
of Terriblefest.
Or just for young males? Actually,
What babies can be other genders at it.
but it's son of.
Yeah, so?
You son of a Terriblefest. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, whatever. I accept everyone. Everyone can be there. In fact, I noticed that the majority of directors I have for this are female as it is. I have a slot I think I'm going to do at the very beginning. It's going to be 1 minute wonders. So I'm going to grab a couple of 1 minute features so I can do 4 short films in 4 minutes. I'm not 100% sure which ones I want to use with that one. I think one of them is the Italian one that's just called Shit. And then a guy just sent in one called Death on Halloween, which is only, so I figured that's a good way to start an October event. Maybe that might be the first thing we'll play.
I thought now the new thing is for us fans is we're supposed to start celebrating Halloween now.
Yeah, exactly. It is September 2nd, so that makes 60 days of Halloween.
I'm so out of it. A few years ago, we're supposed to do one, like celebrate a movie a day in October, and now we're celebrating now. I got shit to do in September that's not Halloween related.
You don't have to. You don't have to watch a movie a day until October unless you're a VHS fan, because VHS fans do VHS Tember, which is too convoluted for me, and it has rules. Like the groups post like rules what you play on each day. It's got like a calendar of like what kind of a film you must look for in your collection. So I don't do it.
Skulls and Skull and Bones or whatever. Who the fuck are these people?
Yeah. VHS fans are psycho.
We know. Answer a non-yes or no question with yes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people? Yeah. Thanks, Adam.
You're welcome.
You covered a lot of info for me there, bud.
This is why we come to the show, because we're all about that. All the info right here.
I'm just gonna put it out there for the people listening. You can celebrate Halloween as long as you fucking want, but don't expect me in September. I'm busy. It's too sunny. It's too sunny. The side of my building gets sun like 6 hours a day after noon. I can't watch horror movies until like October.
Well, during September, you're just supposed to like eat candy and go to Spirit Halloween and stupid things like that. It's the horror. It gets scary in October, but it gets spoopy in September.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm already
But
buying masks, so we're good here. I've
yeah,
done
but
my visit to Spirit of Halloween, and I'll visit again next week, I'm sure.
weirdly enough, though, outside of the large cities, there aren't Spirit of Halloween stores.
Well, they're sneaking up there. I know.
Sneaking up my ass is what they're doing.
I know even Belleville has one.
I live in Belleville.
Yeah, but I mean, if they have one, look how bad you look if you don't, because if Belleville has one, fucking your mom has one.
Okay, settle down.
It's
It's just the Spirit of Halloween. Just a bunch of stuff that the dollar store couldn't sell in America. That's that.
just stuff that's way too expensive. Like it's got cool stuff, but like, where the one is closest to me, it's in a little mini mall, and right beside it is a dollar store. So I can just go next door. But on the other side of it is a Michael's, so that's where like everyone's mom goes for Halloween decorations.
That's where your mom goes.
Mom.
I mean, my mom goes there. And Michael's is the craft store.
Yeah, it's so imagine that in the beginning of September selling foam pumpkins for $20. It's bullshit.
That's what I mean. It's ruining it. See, people are ruining Halloween.
But what you do, Bob, is you just don't buy it. You go there and you play with it and you break it and you leave when they're not looking.
What you do, Adam, when you're me, is you just complain about it because that's my thing.
But you got to keep that for yourself. You can't tell other people to do that because it's your thing, Bob. So you got to if
I
you
can
don't want
tell
people to
people
be
what I
like
want.
you, you're an original.
Everyone is an individual, and they can decide to not listen to me like everyone has my whole life. But that's not going to stop telling me that they shouldn't do it.
Many people are an OG. You're an OGB, old grumpy Bob.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't like it.
Bob the
Halloween for
OG, the
October,
old grump.
as well as Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't like turkey.
There's not enough good Thanksgiving horror movies.
No, there's one that's everyone's sort of talking about right now. Because I believe there's an Amityville Thanksgiving that's coming out. So I'm like, what the fuck?
I hope someone fucks the turkey.
I hope so. I hope that always happens. Just every year rewatch that Thanksgiving special from 2001 WWE where they allude that Midian walks off and fucks a turkey and puts it back on the table.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Yeah, Midian was horrifying.
He went to the Spirit Halloween.
He was the Spirit Halloween. Oh, we also have the Spirit of Halloween movie coming out with Christopher Lloyd being himself a ghost.
That's my shtick, Adam. I'm the one who doesn't remember who died.
No, I think Christopher Lloyd has died. He's just not aware of it. He's the one who forgot. So he's still showing up in movies.
I watched Piranha 3 Double D.
Oh. So's that one from The Flash. That feels weird.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, the actress that
Killer
plays
Frost.
Caitlin Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, she's in that too. I mean, whatever. Christopher Lloyd. He trumps every other actor in the movies.
Except David Hasselhoff.
Have they ever been in a movie together?
In that movie.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. David Hasselhoff shows up in that thing. Jesus, no. Then for me, Christopher Lloyd still trumps the Hoff.
In quality in that movie, you're right, because Hoff's playing himself, so he's really phoning that in.
I don't even know if he's playing a character in that.
No, he's not. Because he even says he's himself, and when they say, "You're a lifeguard," he's like, "No, I'm not. I was better in Knight Rider." but
then he tries to be a lifeguard, and he saves one kid.
And then dies. But better in that is Ving Rhames with his gun foot.
Yeah, because he's only in that scene at the very end.
Because he's, I think, the only connecting character from the first movie.
The cops, the guy that's pushing him in the wheelchair is in the first one.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy that was on The League.
Right. Yeah.
Andre something. Anyways, he's a funny dude, but he's in the first one too, as far as I remember, and that's why they're together.
He's the guy from How'd That Get Made? The podcast with three people who talk about how bad movies got made.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not really a podcast guy.
I've never actually watched them. It was weird because okay, that's not totally true. I attempted to watch it, but it was really like what you expect. So for you and I, it kind of has this awkward feeling because it's trying to talk to guys like you and me, but they're like, "Oh my God, how did a movie called Hobgoblins get made? I mean, why would they make this?" So you're like,
I don't
"Fuck
know. There's a
up."
copy of Baby Ghost. Go watch that and cry yourself to death.
Yeah, well, I think they've covered Baby Ghost as well because that after Riff Tracks did it, everybody was on it.
As much as that's the thing. As much as I like that, there's still that like old horror fan in you that when like everybody finds out that really bad movie you've liked for a little long time, you have that little bit of disappointment.
Yeah, well, that's the record snob thing too. So I try to avoid that. It's I mean it's natural. I can't not do that because deep down I am kind of that record snob guy. But yeah, I mean I appreciate that finally everyone discovered Suburban Sasquatch and it became the thing on the internet because if it wasn't I wouldn't have got that fancy Blu-ray of it last month. So that that makes me tingle.
What's great about the Suburban Sasquatch Blu-ray is that the Blu-ray itself, the physical disc, is what's fancy about it because the movie ain't fancy.
No, no, exactly. It's the disc is fancy. It's got a bunch of extra features on it. Comes with some stickers. I'm like, it's a funny thing. To be honest, I haven't even played it because I've seen that movie a billion fucking times. And there's nothing they can tell me about it. I don't know. It just looks nice.
Just
Makes me happy.
like it on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we're going to announce a couple of the names who will be at the Son of Terriblefest. These are ones I have for sure. Like I said, I haven't locked in the 1 minute wonders yet. I'm still kind of fiddling with those. And then I have a segment near the end that's called "Stole It from Other Festivals," where I have two things that have been sent to me that the filmmakers do not know I have, and so therefore I will not be streaming those. You'll have to be at ISOR to see those. I'll probably give you a copy, Bob, because you're special. But other than that,
special.
like the Ringer.
I...
But but outside of that, those two things, these are a couple of things that I will be playing. I might add one or two in later, depending on how quick this goes. I'm gonna try to give it like a 2 hour slot, and then you got to add in me doing silly things and talking and blah 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 blah. Hopefully, then I'll have enough of Rock and Roll Asylum done, so the third hour can just be me playing the hour-long film that we made at ISOR that people can see of ours in our rough cut, so then people can boo it, and I can realize what I need to do to fix it, but then not fix it and then just burn it on DVD and give it away anyway.
Sell the rights.
Right.
Sell them. Put it on Tubi. You should start putting your movies on Tubi.
I need to find a an agent to do that, I believe. But
just make one up.
Right.
Become an agent and put your movies on Tubi.
I think that's pretty much how it works these days. It was funny when I was bitching that when we were making Amityville Outhouse, and I was like, ugh, the people involved in this world are so gross when now every zero budget filmmaker is getting more hits on social media by reviewing and mocking other zero budget films that it becomes this sort of self-destructive community, and I was really hating that because a good chunk of us have become good friends in this world of zero budget filmmaking DIY, but I was just like, it doesn't make me want to be around these people anymore because they're all like, oh man, I just got this movie that was made at home by some guy, and that's the review. And I'm like, yeah, but your movies are like that.
No wonder no one liked my reviews on Letterboxd. I didn't write that.
Yeah,
quality.
You should have. Yeah, they just want videos of a nerd holding it, and I mean they don't. Nobody watches these fucking things. These get like the same amount of hits as I do on my YouTube videos, but it's there's still thousands of them doing it. But anyway, it's just weird to be self-negative of a scene you're trying to be part of. It seems. I don't know. It seems. I hate to use the word toxic, but it seems like that. But anyway. So I grumbled about that.
New Age toxic or Britney Spears toxic?
It's not as fun as Britney Spears toxic. No, I mean, come on,
bullshit.
I mean, if it looked that good in spandex, then I wouldn't be complaining about it. But none of these guys look that good in anything. Just
I want a drink. In the movie Tusk with John Rhys Davies. Did you ever that movie? He's like a big game hunter. It's like late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the Kevin Smith movie.
No.
Yeah,
It's like
yes.
an older movie. Anyways, I once did a review for that, and I did that review to the lyrics of Fleetwood Mac
I
stuff.
was gonna be. How did that's all I was gonna think of anyway.
And I was really proud of myself. That's it. That was my story.
I approve. I was finding a bootleg copy of Batman Begins in the basement of Eyesore, and on the back of the DVD, whatever Chinatown group had bootlegged this, someone bought like a pile of them and then just gave them to the store. But instead of it looked like the normal case for Batman Begins, but on the back was the information from the Batman Begins video game. So it said you play as Batman.
Oh man, that movie would have been good or terrible with me as Batman.
You
but
play as
still
Liam
funny.
Neeson. Anyway, back to the point. Slap my notepad here. Here are some people that will for sure be in the October 14th screening at Eyesore of Son of Terriblefest, and these should, I believe, will all also stream online. Um, the longest one out of this group is Granny's Got Goblins that I've been mentioning. It's made by a guy called Matt Cross from a group called The Lizard Room. And so that's actually even available on YouTube. So if you don't want to wait, just fucking look it up and watch it, and bite me. But it's funny. I think people are going to enjoy seeing it in the group, in the theater. Then we've got Hannah Rose made one called Sauced, which is going into our babysitter group of films. And then Jillian Hamill made one just called The Babysitter. And then my man Damone Harris of Moan Media has a music video that for his new rap name called Stepdaddy Damone, and his video is called The Switcheroo, and it is on Moan Media's YouTube page. But if you don't go to there, I can't wait for people to react for me playing his music video just randomly in the middle of the show. It's gonna be a laugh.
Out on the street.
Billy and the Butt Boys be playing on the guitar, can't be beat. That's how
I'm
the
telling
lyrics
you, it does not say Billy and the Butt Boys.
go.
You can sing it as many times as you want.
What does it say then, Bob?
I don't know, but I know it's not that.
Okay, good. And then one that I just sent an approval for just now, Becca Kozak from the Sugar Rot Productions sent in a pretty close to feature, like I think like a 45 to 50-minute film, and then two small shorts. And one of those two small shorts was called Binge in Purgatory, where a bulimic person is attacked by a cannibal, and the only way to defeat them is to eat them.
And then puke them back up?
Guess you're gonna have to see it to find out. So,
Well, I'm not gonna. I like spoilers.
well, actually, you have the keys to the car, Bob. It's recently in there. You can log in and go watch it yourself.
Oh, the keys.
You have the keys to the cocaine. But I don't know. You got my message a couple days ago. I've been, I was sort of working a lot of last week, and so
I haven't been. I've been out of town since
Yeah.
the middle of last week.
I went off to Hamilton for the weekend, and then other than that, I was working. But so I haven't got to watch a lot of the stuff. But I have seen a couple of fun ones in there. There's one called Halloween 5, I think it's called, it's called 5 Halloween instead of Halloween 5, because it's an anthology
You're
of.
like, it's an Halloween 5 taken.
Yeah, I think that might be why it's 5 Halloween. I think that's obviously supposed to be an aware joke. At least I hope so. But it's a zero budget, do-it-yourself anthology film of horror shorts. And I was like, oh, if only I was doing. That'd be weird to play in March for Terrible Fest because it's such a specific Halloween thing. But I'm also only doing shorts for the Son of Halloween event. So I'm like, but I would like people to see this. So I'm going to track those guys. I'll do a review on them in the next couple of weeks. As the 60 days of Halloween gets rolling, and I'll let you know if there's ways for people to get it, because I think those kind of guys should get some attention. Just a second, something called The Morning of Victory, but it's morning as in like, oh, I'm sad they're dead. Just came in, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. I did do a short just came in last night that says "Watch this now," and that's what the title was called. So you know what I did with that?
You didn't watch it.
No, I erased it.
Yeah.
I might be
Don't
missing
tell
out on
me
the
what to
best thing
do.
ever, but I
Don't
just
send me a movie and tell me what to do.
yeah. But I did send you a message a couple days ago because I was like, I'm afraid to watch it. I thought it'd be funny if you did, but then you mentioned you were out of town, so you weren't going to do it either. It just at like exactly midnight, a submission came in. It just said, pops up on my phone saying, "You have been submitted, the Big D." And I thought, oh, maybe it's cutting something off, and there's the rest of the word. So I open up the email, and I'm like, no, no, it's just called the Big D.
That's it.
And it wasn't till
It's a,
today that I went to check out part of it. It's a Bigfoot movie, so maybe this might be something. It might be something in the future to use.
the Big D.
Yeah, at some point I might want the Big D.
might want the Big D.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take some time to actually. It's still a short, but I think it's like
Is
a
it
20-minute short. Yeah, well, I guess not.
It's the longest short I've seen. The
Heyo,
penis is big.
the penis is big. Um,
That
One came in this morning called "The Worst That You Can Imagine," and I bet it's not. So it's probably not
No.
going to make me watch it.
again. But when you think of it, if someone sends you a film that says "Watch this right now," you're like "Fuck you." If someone sends you a film that says "Don't watch this," you're like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's
They can't
true.
win.
No.
Don't give instructions as the title of your film.
Oh, we got one really early this morning that's just called "I'm Sorry," which that kind of makes me curious.
I forgive you.
Yeah. I don't watch anything that's called Lockdown. There's been like 3 or 4 things called Life with Lockdown or Dealing with Lockdown, and one that came in yesterday just called Lockdown. I'm like, nope.
Well, the one yesterday they called Lockdown is probably that Guy Pearce movie.
They just decided to edit it down and put it on back in the film
Yeah.
festival after like what 15 years or 10 years.
I mean, it wasn't good, so Terriblefest, they get it.
Didn't they get sued for that? Isn't that the one that they got sued for because it was too much like Escape from Escape from New York or something?
I don't know if it was, I don't know. It takes place on a space station.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
you're right.
notice-
It did get into legal trouble over something.
Yeah, with John Carpenter, I thought, but I was like, I don't see how it's like that, but so I don't know what exactly he sued about, but there's
Maybe
a
they
whole
used
series.
John Carpenter's name. Maybe they said John Carpenter's Lockdown, even though he had nothing to do with the movie.
There's just another guy called John Carpenter. Actually,
Yeah.
it was made. Lockdown's made by the guy who did The Fifth Element, the French guy.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Luc Besson.
Mm-hmm.
No,
The guy who sounds like he sells hair products.
Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah. Oh, what's that action
maybe
movie
the guy's
with
name
Kat
is,
Sassoon?
maybe his name is Johann Carpenter.
Yeah, right. Yes, Jon Carpenter. Sven Carpenter. That's the guy I know. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but at some point I have to show you this action movie starring Kat Sassoon, who's actually the daughter of Vidal Sassoon, and she wanted to break into action films. And so
Like
without
specifically action films.
yeah, and so just imagine, someone who's not an actress, who's only had money because she was Vidal Sassoon's daughter, and decided to like really get into the cocaine world of living in LA, and then ended up having to make a movie in the Philippines as a kickboxer.
That sounds exactly like my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far off from your life.
Well, when I grew up as Vidal Sassoon's daughter,
yeah,
that's it. That was the joke. You got it.
Yep, I got it. You had the same fake tan that she did.
I don't tan.
Several short films called Calling Nurse Meow. There's several
Meow.
of them. They don't have different titles, but they're all different times.
Maybe it's a series of shorts.
Oh, and then we got the feature film of Mother Mortis sent by a guy who follows me on Instagram, which is a English Texas Chainsaw Massacre sort of thing. They had a short they were going to send me too, so I'm curious of that. But yeah, it's It's gross. There's one called Love, Pizza, and Zombies that I haven't watched yet, so we'll see about that. What else we got? Like the one just called Snore, and the fact that it's 25 minutes made me be like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
No one's gonna watch that.
No, not at all.
Leave a note on it. Dear sir and/or madam, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, right. Because I'm that kind of a dickbag.
You don't hear me disagreeing.
No, good. I gave you the moment to not disagree. I gave you that moment of silence so that you could not disagree.
I gave you moments to not say anything.
There's one called The Foot Fetisher. I was hoping it was the new film by Quentin Tarantino. I sent that to my buddy Jake from Gut Rot Productions because he's making a short that's called that. And I was like, oh, did you get this finished? He's like, son of a bitch. They beat me to it. I'm like, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm still pretty sure it's not going to be the same as his.
It's not a big deal. If Pornhub has taught me anything, is that the word foot and fetish go together a lot.
Yes, they do. And if Quentin Tarantino's taught you anything, they continue to do that.
It's true.
It's true, because he likes
Is he
the
a big
toes.
foot guy? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Yeah, he's always got a moment where someone's touching someone's toes in a silent moment in the movies.
Really?
Yeah. Or he
I can't
zooms
think
in
of
on
a single
people's
moment.
on women's feet.
I can't think of a single moment. I'm not disagreeing with you.
There's that movie called Suck Them Toes, Bitch, that he made. That's what the whole movie is.
That's the original name of Jackie Brown?
Yeah, it's called Suck Them Toes, Bitch.
Classic.
Oh, hey, I didn't even see this one. This came in a little while ago. I guess I'm going to have to check this one out. How long is this? 22 minutes of Bibby and Bobby versus the Space Pirates.
That seems like you're going to witness a crime.
Yeah. Oh, I think maybe it's a cartoon. Oh, it is.
I don't disagree with what I said.
Where's it from? The former Yugoslavian Republic.
Oh.
I like how your country can be officially called the former or something. It
Yeah.
means we never bothered to give ourselves anything new. We're just a shadow of what we used to be.
I don't know. Kind of done with the former Yugoslavian Republic.
We're just kind of over them in general.
They're in the news every day. Always talking about how they're no longer the Yugoslavian Republic.
Oh my
We
god.
get it.
There's a
It's
second
formal.
movie called Snore. We got more than one movie called that.
Maybe it's the same movie.
It's different minutes. This one's half as long as the other Snore.
Maybe they learned to edit. Send you the podcast. One's the director's cut.
Well, maybe I'll have to watch the shorter one.
It
Oh my
has
god, and there's
4
another
more
film called
scenes of
Lockdown
snow.
that just came in. Son of a bitch.
Is it the Guy Pearce movie?
No.
Did we do that joke?
Yeah, we did that joke. Vidal Sassoon, remember?
Oh yeah. Well, you just think of that next time you say there's a third lockdown movie that comes in on this podcast.
So there's a feature that I advise that you watch because these guys seem fun. I haven't given the movie the whole time yet because I wanted you to watch it around the same time as me. It's called Slaughter Beach. It's only an hour and 15 minutes, so for a feature,
Ooh.
that's nice. That's my kind of stupid. And
right.
it's just two dummies go to the beach and people get killed. So, and again, looks like, you and I made it. And it's a somewhat self-aware comedy and horror film.
We
But-
haven't made a movie together in years. Years.
Years.
Years.
Years. Yeah, you were in the first 3, and you haven't been in the second 3. So I was even thinking, like, how can I add your voice into this movie? I was thinking about having in the asylum one guy being stuck in a hole, and they just throw food down a hole, and it's just you going, "Thanks for the food, asshole," and we just dub your voice over.
Yeah, I can do that. But
Yeah.
now you've ruined it.
I've ruined it. Well, nobody listens to this.
In the future, we'll have to make a making of documentary for your whole lineup of movies, and then have like a made up falling out after the third film, like after the scenes from Moving Past There. Bob killed Adam's mom, and he's never gotten over it.
Well, as opposed to the truth that you got more fat and lazy and moved away. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Not really a falling out then, is it?
no.
You gotta add some drama. You make movies, add the drama.
Fuck drama. I make comedies. Being fat and being I can't bother to go, Adam. Fuck you. That's way funnier.
It is fun. That would make you laugh.
So I'm gonna send you a photo. Send you a photo from the Big D. This was the photo accompanying the film file. I think I should watch it, and I think you should too. It's only 14 minutes long, so it's the
That is
shortest Big
13
D.
minutes longer than I expected. Or do you mean inches? Oh,
Hey!
someone sent me a picture. Let's see what. Oh, what's happening here? Adam sent a photo.
Yes, I did.
It looks like Harry and the Hendersons and his new boyfriend.
Yeah. So I mean, this might be a contender. We might be hearing it right now that the Big D, made in the United States by Nathan Ludwig and Chad Farmer, might be the and they're the same age as me, so that's good. I support that.
I support having ages.
I'm ageist. So yeah, the Big D might be the and I was wrong. It's only 12 minutes long.
Oh, that's even longer.
But if you add that with Savage Beach, that's still not even an hour and a half of viewing.
Savage Beach, isn't that Andy Sedaris movie?
Yeah, it is. So I must have gotten that wrong. It's not Slaughter Beach. That was something else. Fuck, Bob. Why do I have no members? Oh, it is Slaughter Beach. I already have a movie called Slaughter Beach. Oh, I guess they're canceled. We can't play something that already has the same title somewhere.
No.
That's against the rules that I'm making up as I go along.
Right now you're like those VHS motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You can only watch a movie on September 1st. That's an hour, 36 minutes, and 27 seconds.
I bet you that's one of the rules. I bet you that's
Yeah.
that's on the third Thursday. That's just how I feel. So, yeah. So that's some people to check out. It's entertainment, it's wackiness. Hopefully, Bob will be invading the chat room during those films that we listed, so that you can help people find it funnier than it maybe actually is, because you're a funny man, Bob.
You can't prove it.
No, it's true. I can't. I have no proof anywhere.
None.
No.
Nothing has been written down about said jokes.
No recordings, no evidence. You don't exist. You are an enigma, Bob Nigma.
No. I disagree. There's lots of recordings. You just deleted them all.
Yeah. Or some of them are on Blu-ray from GoldenNinjaVideo.com. You're welcome, Justin.
Don't buy his stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna take the other side of this newly made political podcast, and even though movies that I am in, he releases, don't buy from him.
Oh, there's some good stuff there. Actually, 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine brought a projector out to the Humber River, and we sat on the edge of the river and watched this movie from some guys in Windsor who, during the lockdown in 2020, decided to hang out on the river by themselves for a month and just make up a movie on the spot. And it's called Duel on the River, because it's basically homaging the movie Duel, but in the dumbest, silliest way possible. And so we just watched that movie while sitting on the Humber River. As we were getting bitten by mosquitoes and getting Norwalk, we enjoyed this film, which Justin is releasing on Blu-ray, and it's really cheap too. So I support it and I advise it. It's worth getting. And of course, they've still got dinosaurs in a mining facility. They've got Don't Let the River Beast Get You, and they've also got Personal Space Invader 1 and 2. I'm attempting to convince him to just put all the rest of my films on another Blu-ray called Adam's Crap and sell it as a really cheap Blu-ray. But again, he doesn't pay me for it, so what do I care?
It's true. That's why I said no one makes money off of my movies.
Well,
So don't buy them.
What if he does give us some money for the Adam's crap one, and you do appear in that for a little bit because you're in Muppet Pastor?
I don't know. Seems like a scam.
From our own friend, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to goldenagevideo.com, make up your own fucking plan or mind. I don't know.
Exactly. See that you're skipping over those words, and you never skip over words.
No, never.
shows.
It's never.
Never once in lifetime ever
Ever.
have
No.
you skipped over a word or said a sentence improperly until now.
Yeah. Or I think I've never said a word properly until now.
Again, uncanny.
Unfucking canny. So one of the things you will be missing out, though, a 1 minute and 30-second film came into the drive I didn't find yet. That's called Household Porn. I'm just gonna watch that now while you sit here with me. No one's gonna hear to see it. I'm just gonna watch it as we talk. It's a minute and 30 seconds. How bad could it be? From Argentina as well.
Maybe it is. Maybe there are porn festivals on Film Freeway.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't porn shame Adam.
No. Oh, it's animated. It's a cartoon.
Oh, so it should say household hentai.
Yeah, I think it's about
Which
the cartoon
is also
people
alliteration, which is way better.
At the end of a long, tiresome day of quarantine isolation. Fuck, that's the problem. That's all of this shit. Carla tries to overcome both boredom and cabin fever from being cooped up in her little apartment. The year is 2020, and the most promising idea is to masturbate. Finding visual stimuli and setting the mood is a great start, but her plans are disrupted once the domestic appliances turn on and start harassing her and not letting her masturbate.
I don't get it. Is it a meta movie? Did this really happen?
The fridge is jumping up and down, and the timer on the washing machine just says, fuck, 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 fuck. And her phone is punching her in the crotch. I think it is meta, because the director looks like the cartoon character. I think this is a biopic story about this woman's problem to inspire herself to masturbate during lockdown in 2020.
She should sell the plot of this movie to Pixar.
Yeah.
They can make a sequel to Inside Out.
Just called Inside.
Well, it'd finally be a good Pixar movie.
Yeah. Got an 11-minute film called The Last Condom. I haven't gone there yet.
As long as it starts like it has a really fucked up, depressing story that's really sad. You know, like the movie Up?
Yeah.
And then it's about her not being able to masturbate for the rest of the film.
Because her wife is dead.
The first part's about a really old man whose wife dies after the lovely life together. It's really sad and he's really lonely. And then it just cuts to her trying to masturbate.
No, it's just about this girl trying to masturbate to the movie Up. She's like, this isn't working.
It's so sad.
This movie's so sad, my vagina is crying.
Oh, and then it goes to like a kid's movie. It's just a fat, dumply-looking kid on there with his dog.
Awkward for sure. Asymmetry principle. So, and there's another one. This is the one I think you should watch because it's only a minute and 10 seconds. So these are the ones I'll get you to watch. This one's called Bullshit Asymmetry Principle.
You know I don't do anything you ask of me, right? just so we're clear. I thought this was something we already knew, but no, I do nothing asked of me. Nothing. Name that movie you always asked me to watch. I forgot what it was. True Lies, was it?
No, that's what we said for the first episode.
Guess I can never remember.
Oh, we have a 1 hour and 44 documentary called The Jerk Offumentary.
I don't get it.
Should I play that and have the 3-minute cartoon about masturbating just before it?
Only if you add the conversation about us talking about Up.
Yeah, well, that's how we'll intro the movie. Yeah, makes sense, right?
No, that's why it'll work.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Oh, a short just came in this second called Chocolate Meat Cake.
Meat cake or meat gate?
Meat cake. It's 3 words. Chocolate, meat, cake.
Oh, CMC Music Factory.
Oh yeah, CMC.
I've got the cake.
Don't they like to move it, move it?
No, that was somebody else, wasn't it? That was that other guy. Oh, damn you, Dance Mix 93.
Yeah, damn you, Dance Mix 93. Words that shockingly are probably been said by other people.
I say once a day at least.
Oh, I thought you were all about the now 5.
No, we're Canadian. We didn't do the now. That's what I call music crap. We got what was the Much Music one?
Oh yeah, that's what
Big
I thought.
Shiny Tunes.
Big Shiny Tunes, right? Yeah, Big Shiny Tunes 5, with songs by Big Sugar and Age of Electric. I'm just
completely
spitting,
off topic,
but I
and
better write.
a more regular person. Oh, every time Ginger says something about Big Sugar making bad health decisions for the rest of the world, I'm just like, they're just a Canadian band. Leave them the fuck alone.
Their bass player's dead now. He can't do any harm.
He can't do anything. Imagine if he died of like diabetes from sugar usage. It's hilarious.
As I pour some more Coca-Cola into my Ultimate Warrior glass.
Well, it's the Ultimate Warrior glass that will kill you.
Yeah.
That's
That's how the Ultimate Warrior died. He just shoved the glass into his face.
I think it was a heart attack.
Well,
don't say after shoving a glass into his face. I knew that 3 years ago.
I mean, at his age and his stress, I mean, the odds are. He's got this massive thing shoved in his face. They're like testing him. I think he died of a heart attack. Well, I mean, that is what happened. I mean, you're right.
Reel to reel. That's who did I Like the Movie.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what I've been looking up.
Then who did?
And I think it's CNC Music Factory.
Yes, N. Yeah. But who did? Oh, obviously their tag team. It's in the song. What is that tag team back again? I wanted to say "Oops, upside the head," but
it just hit me. That
whoop! There it is. Whoop! There it is.
The first line in that song is "Tag Team Back Again."
Well, it's not the first. That's why I rememred that's who it is, because it says it in the song. That's not the first line. I don't know what the first line is. First line. For me, it is. Then they made it for the Addams Family, because it whoop! There it is, the Addams Family. It seemed like the most unoriginal. How do we change the song to fit in it? At the end of every sentence, just say the Addams Family.
And I Like to Move It was in the Madagascar movie.
Right.
One of the 8 of those films.
I like to move it because it's in my way.
So on YouTube, it gives me I Like to Move It, the original video, but Madagascar, so not the original. The film that you can do and rent, the reel-to-reel video, another one of the same song from Madagascar, but they have the subtitles so you can sing along. And then the scene from the movie cut out, and then Zumba Kids Easy Dance. I Like to Move It. And it's just this guy with surrounded by children, and they're all just flipping their hands in the air.
Zumba Kids. They're all on like those remote control vacuum things.
Roombas?
Oh, that's Roombas. That's Zumbas. I thought a Zumba was a Roomba that goes really fast.
Zumba. Oh, that may be the worst fucking joke
that I've ever said.
No,
that is like
period
in history. That is the most dad joke I think I've ever said, though, for sure.
I mean, that's it. That's the end of this episode.
Pack it up. We're going home. So, one of the things you will be missing, Bob, is that we will be doing at the end of this month to get into the Halloween mode of the 60 Days of Halloween. For me in the past, it was to draw stuff every day, and I am too fucking lazy a person to do that these days. But I think I will do a few doodles. But one of the things we will be making, Sarita and I are making a giant-sized replica of the Nightmare board games board. And we're going to play Nightmare on the big screen in the back of Eyesore. and we'll have an audience, but then 4 players out of the audience will be chosen to play the game, and you'll have to physically walk on the steps. So you will be the playing piece.
Do you have a guy that's going to jump out and go, Maggie?
Well, he'll be on the screen. I was debating of dressing up like that too, but what I'm thinking I might do is we might blindfold the players, and
That's
as they
smart.
try to find out where they go, then other people in the audience push them and block them to make them stay on their path. So it becomes like
that
a
game
dangerous.
gets extremely boring near the end, right? When
Yeah.
someone's trying to win.
Luckily, it's only an hour long, and everyone will be drinking. So
So it'll get 20 minutes in, and then I'll be the end of that.
yeah. Well, that's
You
where the
type in-
violence comes in.
If you type in the 60 Days of Halloween into the searches engines,
Yep.
there's actually a 60daysofhalloween.com, and it says, my friends and family have been pointing out over the last few weeks that 60 Days of Halloween is about to commence for the 6th year. And I want to tell these people it's been a bit longer than that. September and October have been around longer than 6 years.
Well, they didn't accept it as Halloween. The board of Halloween said no, October 1st until 6 years ago.
Anyways, and Shudder's right, though, because it should be 61 days, because Halloween's on the 31st. Right?
Well, that's why you don't start it until midnight of September 1st.
So that would make it September 2nd.
Yeah.
That's stupid. So you're
Well-
not even doing the whole month of September.
Well,
You know what?
Halloween is Halloween, though. Halloween
Stop
is...
doing this Halloween crap for you give up a couple years, you come back, and it's all fucking weird.
You just haven't been here for the madness. There's a lot more drugs to be done,
No,
and human sacrifice, and Hocus Pocus 2.
I disagree, especially with Hocus Pocus.
Focus 2. Oh, man, that's going to come out in like a week or so, and the world ain't going to fucking shut up about that. Even if they don't like it, they're not going to shut up about it.
I mean, if you didn't bring it up, I wouldn't even remember it existed. So
Yeah, well,
don't
give
lump
yourself
me
a
in with
week.
the
And,
rest of the world.
yeah. Give it a week, and you'll be hating it just like I do. There's
I
a
mean,
cereal
I really
out,
hate it.
and
don't
it's
have to give
I
it
can't
up.
understand why the cereal is Hocus Pocus 2 cereal, since there was never a Hocus Pocus 1 cereal.
Yeah, but so you could do Hocus Pocus cereal based on the movie. So is there like
The
Is
crunchy
Bette Midler
bits
still
are all
alive?
Jessica
Wait.
Parker's nose.
is Bette Midler still alive?
Yeah, she's in it. And she looks the fucking same.
You sure she's not just CGI?
Well, I mean, maybe, but all her personal appearances, she's also CGI too then. Which, again, I'm not totally debating is not possible. Tupac is Bette Midler.
In Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus Tupac.
The pocketing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd watch that.
So that's a weird thing that we're gonna do is the nightmare event in Eyesore just to be fucking stupid because that's the fun of it, and we need more stupid in our lives because all the other people who are stupid are taking away all the fun with their boring stupid. So we're gonna have our own stupid.
Okay.
One of the guys who do 6 Days of Halloween the best, of course, is Dinosaur Dracula. As always, I sell out to other shows. I don't sell out; they don't fucking pay me. I just,
You'll still sell it too because he's always going to be more famous than you are.
yeah, exactly. But I always give props to other shows. Yesterday they had their 6 spooky songs that they add to their yearly playlist. They're always rather stupid, and when they try to talk about music for 9 years now, and it's always like we don't really know anything about music, so we've just picked the theme song to Christine and this psychobilly band what we discovered on the internet. That's their songs, but it's still really funny to hear them try to give reason for it and like say, "Yo, no, these songs are cool," and then they fight with each other, and it's funny. So Purple Podcast with Dinosaur Dracula and Jay from Sludge Central. But that also means you're going to get the Dinosaur Dracula YouTube videos coming back where he just tells you about all the cool candies. When you were a youngin', Bob, you must have liked candy.
I still like candy.
I mean, you're proof that you used to like candy and still like candy. Was there a candy when you were a kid that you don't get anymore?
No.
So is there like kinds that don't exist anymore that you can remember that you're like I don't see
Not
them
really.
anymore?
Remember, one, we're like, I'm born Canadian,
Yeah,
and we lived in the country most of the time, so it was just whatever candy was available that people bought.
yeah,
Because at the time that when I moved up to that area, there was no Walmarts, there was no Costco's, so it
yeah.
was just like the most basic candy. But I mean, it's not boring when you're a kid. It's only boring when you grow up and you don't have the nostalgia for it. But I mean, we didn't have a lot of the cereals they didn't have too. Like I'm seeing all these things and that about all the like the Count Choculas and stuff like that. Well, we had Count Chocula. I mean, I think Frankenberry was up here too, but we didn't have a lot of that stuff.
But
So
only
when
for
they get
like
all
a
those,
really short time, because
yeah.
by the point in the
So
'80s, weird like laws came out about what was cereal and what wasn't cereal in Canada,
it
so
was
they stopped
sugar. It was
producing it.
sugar content.
Yeah,
The Canadian laws have a lot different sugar contents, and originally they just removed the cereals from Canada. Now they make the boxes smaller,
yeah,
so it could have the same amount of sugar in the cereal.
and they print them different so that they can say things like, instead of saying cereal, it says like breakfast snack food or something.
Yeah,
Like as long as they don't word it a
yeah.
certain way. Um, yeah, silly things like that. And then for a little while, Frankenberry was a bad thing because the dye that was in it was completely banned in Canada. But then they publicly announced they only banned it to stop angry mothers complaining that they thought their children were bleeding out of the ass. But it just
Well, it
pink
wasn't.
dye
I
makes
mean,
you
the
poop
red
pink.
dye doesn't. Yeah, the red dye didn't do that, but it is a carcinogen, so it's still banned in Canada.
Well, that's why the blueberry can come out because it was what was in the purple that was in that was one of the ones that they said was carcinogenic, and then they publicly now say it's not. It's just people complained about it enough, so they stopped it. So that's why blueberry now exists in Canada because
But
they
they only
no
come out
longer
at this
banned
time
it.
of year. But when we were kids, or when I was a kid, you know,
Because
20
I
years
mean,
after you was being a child.
sliced cheese is carcinogenic, and they're never going to stop selling Kraft sliced cheese.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, well, you don't have to buy blueberry either because it's not very good. So I bought when it was last year, or the year before, they did the Monster Mash, and ours were different because our factories don't make all of the flavors. So our Monster Mash of like a mix of the different Monster cereals together wasn't the same as the American one. But either way, it tasted like shit, so I didn't eat it. I bought a box of it, and then was like, well, this is going stale. And then I just tore the box off and kept the front of the box because it looks fun. But what I did get recently, I got the Flash cereal. Have you seen that in your grocery stores?
I've not. We don't really do a lot of cereal anymore.
Yeah, I mean I don't either because I mean I tried at the beginning of lockdown. There was a variety store right beside my house, and they always fill up with giant boxes of Lucky Charms. And I thought that'd be a fun, stupid thing to do while I just sit at home and watch a whole bunch of cartoons.
Get
And
type 2 diabetes?
yeah, but
That's a fun thing to do.
even just like as my older age, I'm fairly lactose intolerant. So even to eat something that has a bowl of milk in it, I'm it's not a fun time for the next hour or so. So I was stopped that real fast. But I couldn't resist it when I saw that there was a Flash cereal. And it's Captain Crunch, but it's Captain Crunch broken into little lightning bolts. So other than that, it's just Captain Crunch.
It's even sharper than
Yeah,
Captain Crunch. More dangerous to eat.
yeah. Well, got to be a superhero to eat it.
The last cereal I saw that I thought was weird was a Minecraft cereal, which is just it looked like I don't know.
I mean,
Like
the
it
box
looked
looks
like
cool, but Minecraft's so not something in my like zeitgeist of
no, I
interest.
wouldn't have, like I didn't buy it.
Yeah,
I was
me
gonna say
neither.
it kind of looked like a Count Chocula, but everything was just green.
Yeah,
Instead of making it brown, they made it like and not like Minecraft colors aren't like the brightest. So I mean like it's like apple shit or green. Like it's not like green, it's like someone like took a dump after eating too much greens. Green. And it doesn't make you want to buy it. I don't care how much your kid likes Minecraft. It's like those are tiny poos. Those are tiny poos that they're selling to your son.
Well, when the Flash cereal came out, they also had a Superman and Supergirl cereal. But then, so these are all these DC cereal products. But the Batman one, there's been Batman cereal through every movie release. So this random Batman one is just, it's not a cereal. It's a, it's oatmeal. What do you call those? The little packages of, yeah, I guess it's oatmeal. Well, they
The packages of oatmeal.
Yeah, it's, the hot breakfast. You put hot water on it, and you just eat
Yeah.
I never eat that shit, but
It's instant oatmeal.
it's
I guess.
open,
I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah,
But
I
it
don't
comes
eat
with
that either.
chocolate chunks, so when you look at the picture of it, it's Batman leaning over this bowl that looks like cat litter with pieces of shit in it. Going, ha
I
ha,
knew
the
that's
litter
where I was
box
going
is
with
full.
that. Sell it to the kids. The litter box is full.
And the Joker's laughing it up to the bank of that one, going, ah, Batman made these kids eat cat litter.
There's not. I mean, it just goes to show, no matter what, like they just had more stuff for kids than I. But I mean, I think Canada took most of that stuff away, and they can't make the money in the whole country that they can make in like big cities in America on giant cereal aisles at Walmart and that.
But now with the whole nostalgia launch of all these American things that we only remember but never actually had, just because we saw commercials about them, and now we're like, oh man, it's back, and we're like, wait, it was never here. This never existed over here.
There was a thing that with Cookie Crisp. I remember when I was younger, and we were gonna drive to Disney World, and take like a whole amount of time. And I remember being a kid, being like, "Oh, I could never get Cookie Crisp," but there were always commercials for Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
For the cartoon, because we watched like Fox's Saturday morning cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
And then getting Cookie Crisp in Florida and it tasting like fucking cardboard.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, well, don't want that anymore. Like it was one of those weird moments where you're like, fucking cookies and a cereal, that's fucking aces. Like I want that. Why is that not real in real life? And it is in America. Let's get some. And then buying some and being like a kid addicted to sugar at the time and being like, I can't eat this. It's because it doesn't taste like, it tastes like garbage. It tastes like cardboard garbage.
The only really sugary cereal that I remember as a kid being like, oh my god, this is just raw crack cocaine and I need this, and my parents being like, no way, it's way too sugary, we're gonna stop getting this, and luckily it disappeared, was Pac-Man cereal, because it was just corn pops, but they then added in the ghosts from like fucking Count Chocula, but they were all like the colors of
colors of Pac-Man.
Of the Pac-Man ghosts.
Whatever they're Huey, Dewey, and Louie, whatever their names are.
Yeah, Clyde, Pinky, Dinky, and Stinky, and Sue.
Stinky Sue.
Stinky Sue. That's my favorite Garbage Pail card. Actually, by saying Clyde, Pinky, Inky, and Sue, I think I'm only missing one name. There is I think
that sounds right. That actually sounds correct.
Yeah, which is weird. But it's only because I've watched the Pac-Man Christmas special every year since the dawn of fucking time.
Before it was made, Adam had watched the Pac-Man Christmas special.
Before I was made, I was watching it. Yeah. So that's some shit. But I'll be piling up on the candy. I'll be piling up on the dentist bills soon enough.
I'm telling you, going back to it, nothing disappoints a sugar-addicted child than having been told that it's chocolate chip cookies in milk as a cereal, but finding out that the cookies just have like brown spots on them. They're not chocolate chips.
Yeah.
They're just like miscolored crumbs. Like
I think they dripped chocolate maybe on it. But...
it was almost disappointing enough to not be fat.
But obviously not enough.
No, I mean it's
almost. But...
Yeah. That's what I remember. That has nothing to do with Halloween or the question you asked me.
Oh, we're talking about candy. This is the part that this is the time to talk about that. The spooky shit
cereal
later.
Is basically candy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's especially because it's fun. I mean, they don't come with toys anymore, but they have fun things in the box. I get it.
Like QR codes. Hey kids, get your phone out.
I thought you were saying it was QI the cereal.
That's probably be more interesting.
Stephen Fry on the cover of a box, and it's just
there'd probably be like there'd be like a QI quote about how deadly and carcinogenic the cereal is.
Yeah, and then later on the box they would renege it and give you your points back, and then discover it's not true.
That's true.
I support that, and that's when the later box has Sandy Toxvig on the cover instead, because Steven didn't want to have any more of that shit.
Okay, do you think that if they made a QI cereal that Stephen Fry would eat it?
The Stephen Fry would eat it? No.
Yeah.
Neither would Sandy.
I think he should. I think that's how they would advertise it.
Alan Davies would have to eat all of it. He'd be the only one that would.
Every box ever made.
Yeah. Man, the amount of people who would be listening to this have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
That's how I feel about every podcast we make.
Yeah, pretty much. So you know what we say to
Except
them?
the people who are big fans of Hard Rain.
Every time you say it, I keep thinking that's like some '90s rap album.
I probably was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just type Hard Rain into Google and see what comes up. It's
Christian
gonna be a
Slater.
penis. That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's the movie. I was almost sure it was gonna be a penis.
That's
I mean, if
golden
I didn't have,
showers,
if I
hard
had
golden
my
showers.
safe search turned off, it'd be a penis.
Right, just everything's a penis, like the
Top
big
actors
D.
related. Top actors related to Hard Rain: Betty White and Minnie Driver and Ed Asner, and then Christian Slater.
Betty White's in that movie?
I don't know. It just says these are from Wikipedia. The actors most likely to be in Hard Rain film article: Ed Asner, Minnie Driver, Betty White, then Christian Slater. Doesn't even get top billing in his own movie, and that seems appropriate.
Now I'm gonna have to watch that movie. It's just like Ed
Oh,
Asner.
Randy
Come on,
Quaid's in that movie too.
who is?
Maybe Ed Asner is the Rain.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, put him in the rain.
Where's Howie Long? Get him in this movie. Well, it was always Hard Rain. He'd never have any fires to put out, so what's the point?
Yeah, Betty White's in it. Yeah, Ed Asner. He plays Charlie.
Ed
There
Asner,
aren't enough-
Betty
there
White.
aren't
It's a
enough
Mary
last
Tyler Moore
names.
reunion.
Not enough last names. Let's see. Randomly. A review randomly on IMDb. I love it. It's an underrated classic. 10 out of 10.
And then you look at it, it says written by Bob Blaschuk. You're like, what?
Let's see who was written by. It doesn't tell you. Oh, it's up here. Ivo Cobra 8.
A member of Cobra wrote that. Don't trust it.
Then it says action-packed thriller with amazing cinematography.
So to end
He
this,
mentions the Broken Arrow. Ha.
well,
Told you.
yeah, I mean it's around the same time.
Christian Slater and John Travolta and I got nothing.
So, scrap Terriblefest. I'm gonna have a one-day film festival that's just Hard Rain, Firestorm, and then ending in Stone Cold.
No, Hard Rain, Firestorm, Stone Cold, and then ending with The Ringer. 4 amazing action films.
Yeah. Can we do a full-on action film with the cast of The Ringer minus Johnny Knoxville, but everyone else is back in it, and then there's a big shootout at the end.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not either. I think the whole cast would be in on it. They'd love it. They'd fucking love it.
Maybe not that much.
Well, I'm sitting here reading this comic book. I got a graphic novel of Star Trek versus the Planet of the Apes, and I've almost finished it. Then I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna.
So in Star
this
Trek
price.
versus the Planet of the Apes, is it like the people who write Star Trek versus Planet of the Apes? They're gonna be attacked by like it's ape law.
Well, they discovered that time travelers stopped the timeline of the Planet of the Apes, but Klingons found out that timeline did happen at one point, so they go back to stop the time travelers that stop it from happening, so that Earth just gets taken over by apes. So
That makes
then
sense.
Klingons no longer have to deal with them.
Big history guys, the Klingons.
Yeah.
Love
It's
their
a
Earth history.
convoluted time travel in there.
Isn't there a Star Trek and Doctor Who?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I think it was a who's the classic hat and scarf Doctor Who?
Oh, I almost said Tom Berenger.
Yeah, but Tom Baker.
Yes,
Yeah, Kenny Baker.
Kenny. Now that's a Doctor Who I'd watch.
Yeah, it's I think it's that
Oh, I
one.
guess that's just Time Bandits.
Yeah, see, it happened. The weirdest thing in this comic book that I'll bring up is because it's supposed to be like the Spock and Kirk original era Star Trek team, so the Klingons look like Klingons from that time period.
Or Christopher Lloyd, bringing it all together.
Yeah, so it's before that. Then it's supposed to look like the TV show because like they don't have the foreheads yet in this version of it. So they're like really because it's trying to be like around the same time period that the Planet of the Apes was made. So it's it's supposed to be around as if this comic book existed in 1969.
Right.
But one of the funnier parts is they want one of the team to go undercover to the Klingon political base to discover what they're doing with their time travel equipment. So they put a little mustache and beard and pointy eyebrows on Sulu and say, "Good enough."
Good enough. Not great, but better than nothing.
Yeah, and that's all he does, and he goes undercover going, "Yes, I am a Klingon."
I thought you were going to say they were going to have someone go undercover on the Planet of the Apes. Hey guys, I am also an ape on this planet of us.
Well, there is a scene where both Kirk and Charlton Heston ride horses with no shirts on, fighting apes.
Well, that's a movie most people watch. We could add it on to that Howie Long. What was the other guy?
The
other
boss.
guy. Yes, the boss. Shirtless, horseback riding through a forest fire, fighting terrorists with each other's fists.
A homoerotic firefighting fury
Fairy tale.
film.
Fairy tale.
Right. Yes.
A homoerotic firefighting fairy tale.
Sounds good.
3.5 hours long, because that's how you have to make films now.
Yeah.
But only footage enough for 63 minutes.
And just keep repeating slow motion, the two of them holding each other on a bike, but they keep switching back and forth. It's like two different buff men remaking of that that Kanye West video.
What Kanye West video?
That one with him. It's like called like Round 2 or something, and it's him.
It's the one where Kim Kardashian's on the
Bike.
motorbike?
Yeah, I only know it has that honey part in the song, and that James Franco and Seth, whatever his name is, no, whatever Rogan, the other guy, not the Canadian.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm always afraid I'm gonna accidentally mix him up with Joe Rogan, but yeah, Seth Rogen redid that video themselves, shot for shot. But this should be that, but the background is on fire, and it's the boss and Howie Long. Howie Long? Well, I'm going to be watching the Big D. Going to read this comic book, and so I can give it away at the next event. And then I'm going to start writing the new sitcom, Who's the Boss?
The one thing I won't watch out of all this.
The rest of it, you wouldn't watch a Brian Bosworth being hired to be a nanny for who's the main for Tony? What's Tony Danza's house? Tony Danza hires a nanny and gets Brian Bosworth.
No.
Okay.
I'm not a sitcom guy.
I am a sitcom guy.
I agree.
Well, since we agree on that, we'll see you in 2 weeks, and we'll do something weird very soon. I'm going to send you a message, Bob, because we're not totally done. There's something bonus to do.
Oh,